You may learn about investing and how to make the best financial decisions for your life on Investor Facts. Make sure you click the subscription button and enable the notification bell if you haven't already. Share, like, and comment.
Is 1 million doubles away from 9? Well, let's take a million and multiply it by 9 to see what happens. A million is divided into 2. 4, 8, 60, 32, 64, 120, 256, and 12 billion. 10 doubles separate by billion from a million, but where do you find the doubles? Now that you know the rules of the game, it may be easier to explain that it is to actually play. However, where are the doubles, triples, and 10x's? And what would you do with $1 million? A new home? New vehicle? A jet ski from Yamaha? Therefore, we have already discussed it on my channel. What needs to change with Teslas as they continue to increase year after year? Lithium-ion batteries. What are the requirements for lithium-ion batteries? The Tesla may contain a mix of 50 natural and 50 synthetic graphite, both of which have advantages and disadvantages. Synthetic graphite can be produced from a byproduct of petroleum coke. Less than 1 million tons of natural graphite are currently required annually because it is found in ground reserves. We don't need that graphite right now because there is sufficient available. This number will increase to 4 million by 2030 and maybe 8 million by 2035. In the year 2025 to 2030, we'll need that graphite, and it must come from somewhere. To illustrate what I mean, consider the core of lithium. As a result, core lithium, which was selling for less than $50 million, is suddenly fetching $2 billion. You purchase them for $50 million and awaited demand. They now earn between $100 to $200 million annually, possibly even more. Similar to lithium, they have been re-read to roughly $2 billion, and there was a 20 times. We didn't need them at first, but then did. What are some companies that could succeed in graphite space? Companies that were able to enter production fared quite well. Companies selling for less than $100 million could be earning up to that amount annually. Giving you a 10 times or 20 times, the first company on the list is Vault Resource VRC, an ASX market valuation of 100 million, cash of 2 million, and a reported annual revenue of 300 million Australian dollars, or AUD. I therefore stated that they do so. Convert the annual amount, which is 195 million US dollars in EBITDA, to Australian dollars at this time. Impressive numbers here. Take mine for this price of graphite. Well over $300 million for a 22-year mine life. To create the project for this many tons, they do need to raise $173 million, but they can do a smaller project first that obviously costs less. It might only cost them $50 million to $30 million. It is claimed to produce 90,000 tons per year at a profit of $1,000 or $9 million annually. They take home 70% of it, or about $7 million annually. Let's be a little charitable and say they make $4 million a year in profit, which means they currently have a little bit of money pouring in and can grow their initiative. It's not enormous, but it's also not little. So to sum up the Vault Resources, you spend $100 million and receive $200 million in cash, as well as operating mine or 70 shares in a working mine in Ukraine with a 30,000 ton capacity. That's actually a $30 million profit annually, which is extremely impressive. I'm not sure if they have entirely paid off this mine, but I presume they have. If so, that would give them a boost as they begin this large project, which will cost them 173 million US dollars to complete but will pay for itself in the first year. As soon as things get up, I can easily see this being valued from $100 million to perhaps $1 or $2 billion, 10 times the share price, meaning that there will be a 10 times increase in both market cap and share price. The other business I admire is Mason Graphite, which is listed on the TSX. Mason Graphite can be purchased. The entire company, which has a market capitalization of $38 million, is included in the deal, along with $30 million in cash and a significant high-grade resource in Quebec, Canada. It will actually be split 50-50 because they plan to sell half the projects or work together with the New Vermont Graphite. You only receive 50, but you get assistance along the road, which is a bonus. I still think it might be 10 times. I think graphite will be extremely high demand once lithium-ion batteries start to take off. They're planning to conduct a new study for 250,000 tons of graphite this year, which means they may earn $250 million annually. However, they only make half of that, or $125 million. They should be worth much more than $38 million if they are earning that much more annually. But keep in mind that my capex will need to increase as well. So, there may be some dilution. Remember that these estimates will alter since, potentially, the price of graphite will double, doubling these numbers. Pay $40 million and receive half of this property, which should go into production. I can absolutely see this project's worth rising to between $1 billion and $2 billion. The axis on the share price will depend on how successfully they can raise the money, so that they don't greatly dilute the share price, but $40 million or less for the entire firm is a fair starting price, and they also have a solid amount of cash. $13 million may decrease slightly, and when their joint venture partner arrives with additional funds, they must ask the partners to pay for the feasibility study. In other words, they are selling half the project and telling them to go with the other half. We used to come in to complete the new field of vision study, which would have given us $15 million in funding to put this technology into production and make it available for purchase. Graphite is the only thing you need to buy to start production if you don't want to lose your money. Thanks for watching the entire clip. If you like it, kindly let us know by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Also, don't forget to enable the notification bell so you can be the first one to know when we post a new video. In this following video, I'll see you.